Welcome to Astonish App. My name is Ebofre Jr. Today we'll be looking at the necessity behind you as a developer not to use pixels in styling your CSS font, your boxes, but it's recommended for you to use REM or EM. So without much ado, I'll open my VS Code. So this is the surface of my VS Code. You can see I was working on some projects. So for this one, I'll create a new HTML file. So I go to file, index3.html. So let me zoom in so that you can see what I'm doing. So for and HTML is also, let me see, we use it to design a website. Let me say in building we use HTML as the foundation, and for us to begin with HTML we need to know some things that we have to do before we can start with HTML. So HTML is like using a, let me say, a notepad or a Word. Just as it has been structured, we have the heading, title, we have the body, then subscription, conclusion, all those types. It's like you writing a letter. That's how it is. So in most cases, for us to tell our browser that what we are doing is HTML, then we need to do what? Specify it. Well, it to know that it's a document that we are working on. But HTML, how it has been structured, it's like working with a document. So that's how it is. So you won't waste much time in typing all of them. So you will use shift exclamation mark then enter to generate. You generate some templates for us. So this is how it is. As you can see, we have doc type HTML. So it's showing our browser that the HTML file we are working on is a document type, and the language too is English, and inside our header we have viewpoint, meta cassette, UTF-8, and our title also default is document because we are working on a document. It's like using Word, or as we used to write letter, how we do it. So without much ado, let's start with this. So we'll be dealing with, today I'll be using header tags. We have from header 1 to header 6, and as it increases, the size also decreases. So among all of them, each one for short, header 1 has what? A higher size. So I'll use H1, and I'll say this is my website. I'll create two H1 header tags with the same sentence inside. This is my website. So now for me to display what I have typed on the web, I need to have an extension called Lifesaver. And if you want to install Lifesaver, you can head on to this place, extension, and you search for Lifesaver. I have it already installed here. So I'll open this one with my Lifesaver, and note your Lifesaver must be connected to a browser. Mine is, in this case, is connected to Google Chrome. So I'll open this with a Lifesaver, and in a few minutes you can see that it will be displaying for us to see. So it's now, so you can see that this is my website, the 2 sentences that I typed. So let's see why is it not necessary for us to use bezels, and then we are entreated to use rem and then em. So we add some CSS to these 2 sentences. As you can see, they are all H1 header 1. So if I apply a CSS to one, it will affect the other, but I want different CSS for both of them. So I'll insert into it a class so that it will distinguish one from the other. So I'll call this one class +1, then I'll call this one +2. And in adding CSS, we have 2 ways of doing it. You can create a separate file for CSS like this one. I have started the CSS here. It's a separate file. Then you link it to your HTML, or I can insert it into the HTML document directly. This is how it's supposed to be. You go to your head tag. We have header tag and you have head tag. Go to your head tag, and then we type star. CSS simply means cascading style sheet, so we use it in styling our document, giving it color, shapes, placing it well, and then making it look attractive to clients. So, and we have ways of accessing the class and an ID. For you to access a class, you need to use a dot, and for you to access an ID, you use a hashtag. So dot +1, then you open a curly brackets. And what do we want to do to our +1? We want to add a font size. Now font size is supposed to be 20 pixels. So since it's a Lifesaver, whatever that I will do to this document will be uploaded automatically on our browser. So this is how it's supposed to go. I have saved it with Ctrl+S on Windows. So let's go and see. You can see that the size is now smaller. So this is 20 pixels, and I want to apply the same 20 pixels to this one, but it will be of different units. So I'll convert the 20 pixels to RAM so that we compare and see how it's not advisable for us to use pixels. So that goes to, so font size, so 20 pixels. Note that 1 RAM is equal to 16 pixels, so 20 pixels will be 20 by 16, so you get 1.25 RAM. Then you save it and you go and check. So you can see that this is my website. You can see that this is my website. They are of the same size but different unit. So now we are done with this one. Let's go to our browser and look at why it's not advisable for us to use this one. So let me place this one here. let's go to our settings. And when you go to our settings, we go to, let's go to settings from here. Then you go to appearance, and every browser has its own default size for the font. Here is what medium, that's the recommended, so we are going to change it to very large. And you see the effect. So after changing it to very large, you can see that the one with the RAM increases in size, but the one with the bezels is static. The size didn't change, it remained the same. So this is the reason why I shouldn't use bezels in styling your fonts, your boxes. Then you have recommended to use RAM or EM in doing all those styling. And also the reason why it's not advisable for you to use it is, since you have so many, let me say, different users that will be using the website that you have created. Not all of them have the eyes to see it as it's being small. Let me zoom out and here, this recommended size here. Not all of us will be able to view it clearly. So the person would like to what, change the default to what, the default font size to maybe the one that will suit him, and on changing it you can see that it will be still static. So that's why it's not advisable for you as a developer to use bezels in styling your fonts. Thank you. Please like, subscribe and share. Bye bye.